Is there a motion, we approve the minutes?
So moved.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved. Mr. Gardner.
Good afternoon. How are y'all today?
Good afternoon.
Doing great, Mike.
I love that shirt,
Thank you, sir.
sweater.
Would you like to wear it for a while?
Appreciate that. I found it, so, this is the last time the only time to wear it in council, so.
That's right.
So I had to wear my Christmas tree tonight.
So what we have before you today is the street vacation that was tabled at last week's meeting. Just briefly go back over this. This is a gravel road, which is a public alley. It's never been improved with asphalt or anything. All the buildings that you see south of the alley that's east to west are all owned by one entity. So the ask for the street vacation or alley vacation is to, once it's vacated, this would become a singular contiguous tract of property for redevelopment.
Where is that again, Mike?
So we're a block west of Hackberry. If you cross the railroad tracks on Hackberry, turn left on 13th Street.
Oh,
The first road to your south that you see in this
yeah.
is 6th Avenue. And then the property extends all the way over to 7th Avenue.
Okay, I got you.
And this is the surveyor's depiction of the alley right away to be vacated, and you can see the gravel drive that's in it today. Be glad to answer any questions.
Back up one, please.
Sorry?
Back up one, please. So this is, all those old blocks of an alley running through the center of them where you could come into the houses from behind. This is a little stub that goes to the railroad tracks. I went out, met
Yeah.
it's, that area is in bad shape.
It is.
I went out and met with the principal. I talked with Virgil, I talked with Branscombe, and I talked with the principal. We walked around not only that property, but a lot of properties around there. And I am okay with the vacation. I'll endorse it. They've committed to me to remedy some things that are not quite right over there now. That firm is, you can see it moving upwards as they take a different approach, and I'm very happy with that. Their timeline is this August plus 9 months to build. All right, they're putting not a mega development, but multiple of these 12-unit things. And I looked at some other ones they've done. They're great improvements.
Who's doing
That's
that?
going to be fine. It's Underwood. It's
Bellevue.
Underwood.
Oh,
Bellevue
And,
property.
I know of one that they've done.
So it's coming along. The Virgil's not in here. Keep an eye on, there's at least one unoccupied property back there literally in the shadow of the railroad tracks that they could use some help watching over.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, any other questions from Mike? Thanks, sir. Ashley. Hi.
If you were wondering why your agenda is 408 pages today, to quote one Taylor Swift, it's me. Hi.
You're the reason.
I'm the problem.
You're the reason.
It's me. And I'm not going to go through any slides today. I just wanted to let you know what this. Yes, I quoted Taylor Swift, Carly. What this evening?
Taylor Swift.
Who is her?
Thank you,
I think
Madam
she's an
Chair.
artist. I don't know, pop singer maybe.
Think she'll make it?
It's hard to say.
Not if it was up to me.
She could walk in the room, I probably wouldn't know who she
You know,
was.
that's gonna be the headline.
Of course, but I'm old, I know Ashley. I'm
Council
old.
doesn't know Taylor Swift.
Nah.
So what this evening will look like at our city council meeting tonight is I will do I do promise to keep it brief. to just walk through, in order to build that record tonight, I'll give you a packet of information that will be available also with the city clerk's office. And I'll walk you through just the format of the zoning ordinance, hit some high points, walk through the zoning map, hit some high points, and then of course there will be an opportunity for public hearing, public comment. There are not opportunities tonight to change anything on a map. I know Ms. Barth, when this was introduced, she urged the council, please don't make any more map changes. Any map changes that are to occur at this point will need to just be made by the petitioner through the formal process. So what we're voting on this evening, if it is to be adopted, will be the new zoning ordinance and new zoning map, and we will have that effective January 1st.
So it's a new era.
Oh my gosh, Mayor.
Planning is on.
I couldn't have done that better. Yes. It's a new era.
Ashley, you worked so hard, we're gonna give you Christmas off.
Christmas off. Thank you, Mr. Fail. I
You're welcome.
appreciate that. Anyway, if y'all have any questions, let me know. But that's the goal for tonight.
Well, I told Ashley just a few minutes ago, I just cannot even begin. Words aren't adequate to say how much we appreciate her leadership in this, and then of course I know she'll give all the credit to her team. But what great leadership and through all this, and I can't even imagine. When you looked at it, where do you start? And now look where you've gotten us to tonight. So you should be extremely proud, as we are.
Thank you.
Ashley, you and your staff also a lot of hard work planning the zoning commission too, right?
100%.
Total volunteer group.
So you just go ahead and shake it off, okay?
I've started something in the best way today.
This is not going to be a good day.
Norman just asked me, did my tree sing? Oh, Lordy.
It was a bad question.
It was good. I thought that was pretty funny, actually.
There'll be a better remark back from him later.
And Mayor Maddox.
A couple of things. One, we have a town hall meeting tomorrow night at, why am I now, y'all got me so thrown off by Taylor Swift, on Catch a Taste West off MLK. It's going to be for Districts 1. Of course, anybody from across the city can come, but certainly a focus with District 1 and 2, Councilors Wilson and Howard there. It's also a good way to highlight a small business in Tuscaloosa. We know what it's been in Alberta. It certainly has done the same. In fact, this came at a request of a constituent who saw the one that we did in Alberta and said, we'd like to have that in West Tuscaloosa. So here we go. You ask and you shall receive. And, we always try to give people what they want. But in all seriousness, we do, encourage anyone with a question. It's come and go. And then it's also a good opportunity to order out, support a local business while you're there. And so, again, 5 to 6:30, and I know our 2 counselors will be there. And if anyone has any questions or would like more information, they can call 311. As alluded to earlier, the city will be off on the 24th and 25th, and garbage and recycling will be backed up accordingly, but certainly we'll get caught up as being a couple of days behind your normal cycle. Do you have any questions for us? That's all I got. We have no executive sessions.
Okay, great. Any department comments, announcements? I do want to say, though, before Mr. Holmes, I guess it's appropriate since the last meeting, Becky, we're going to miss you terribly.
I will miss everyone.
Wish you the very best of luck with everything. University of Alabama sure took a great one from us. That's my feelings, and I'm sure I'll share those. Others share it too. But wish you the very best.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, Scott.
Good afternoon, council. I will start up towards the top of page 2 on your agenda, and once again, you will get the opportunity to listen to me read this for quite a bit here this afternoon, so I will get going. On page 366, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, or services for energy repairs. This is a total of $5,301.14. This comes to you from purchasing as a previously budgeted purchase. On page 367, they're all hundreds too, so I have to say extra words with each one. On page 367, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 4 improvement funds for the Campus Veterans Association Iron Ruck event. This is a total of $718.30. This comes to you from the Finance Committee on the 10th. On page 368, you'll be authorizing a disbursement from District 3 improvement funds for Rock Quarry Elementary and Middle Schools. This is a total of $4,000 and comes to you in Finance on the 10th. On page 369, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a lease and operating agreement amendments with the YMCA, including the new Benjamin Barnes YMCA building and property. This comes to you from Projects Committee last week. On page 370, you'll be authorizing amendment number 1 to the contract between the City of Tuscaloosa and Life South Community Blood Center. This is a total not to exceed $4,999 per year for a term not to exceed 5 years. This comes to you from Projects last week. On page 371, you'll be authorizing a contract with the Tuscaloosa the American National Red Cross Biomedical Services. This is a total not to exceed $25,000 for a term not to exceed 5 years, and again comes to you, I believe, from Projects last week, or from Public Safety last week. On page 372, you'll be authorizing a contract for professional engineering and related services with the Cassidy Company. This is for ALDOT project DEMOF A210. It's the Woolsey-Fennell Bridge replacement and approaches. This is a total not to exceed $1,508,361.19. This is doubled up and will be discussed on the projects today. On page 373, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a master services agreement and task order directive number 1 with Volkert for the Stillman Boulevard Bridge replacement project. This is a total of $1,500,000 and was discussed in projects on October 15th. On page 374, you'll be authorizing a contract with Caleb O'Connor Art Studios, LLC, for a public art display at Linton's Barbershop. This is a total not to exceed $199,616 and was discussed in projects last week. On page 375, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Pro Clean. This is a total not to exceed $9,140 and came to you in projects last week. On page 376, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Rick's Service Company. This is a total not to exceed $30,000 and came to you in projects last week. On page 377, you'll be authorizing the minor public works contract with Jones Masonry Construction, total not to exceed $11,245, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 378, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Delta T. This is a total of $8,036, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 379, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Price Civil Services. This is a total not to exceed $90,640 and came to you in projects last week. On page 380, you'll be approving the revised resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement with AT&T to design the conversion of overhead AT&T utility lines to underground for the University Boulevard Improvements Project. This is a total not to exceed $14,000 and came to you in projects last week. On page 381, you'll be authorizing a funding agreement with Tuscaloosa County. This is a total not to exceed $200,000 and came to you in finance last week. On page 382, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a lease agreement with Kentuck Museum Association for the use of premises at Queen City Park. On pages 383 through pages 390, you'll be establishing the legislative agenda of the City of Tuscaloosa for the 2025 session of the Alabama State Legislature. This was briefed last week in pre-council. On page 391, you'll be authorizing the City of Tuscaloosa to make an application to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for solid waste infrastructure and recycling. This is the Swiffer Grant Program and was presented to you in finance last week. On page 392, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding with Provident Realty Advisors. This comes to you from my office. On page 393, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a right-of-way permit to Veterans Day LLC. This is doubled up and will be on projects today. On page 394, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a right-of-way permit to Derek Rice with Lake Island LLC. This was discussed in projects last week. On page 395, you'll be approving an application for a permit to conduct commercial activity on Lake Tuscaloosa. This came to you in projects last week. On page 396, you'll be authorizing a contract with Qualtrics, total not to exceed $23,000. That came to you in finance last week. On page 397, you'll be authorizing application for the 2024 Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program. This came to you in finance last week. On page 398, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a second amendment to the joint funding agreement with the University of Alabama for the Cribbs Mill Creek Tributary 1, 2, and Railroad Corridor drainage enhancements. This is a total not to exceed $5,000. Is doubled up and will be discussed in finance today. Actually, I think that's on projects. On page 399 through 400, you'll be authorizing amendment number 2 to the fiscal year 2025 water and sewer reserve for future improvements. This was doubled up and is on finance for today. On page 401 to 402, you'll be authorizing amendment number 4 to the fiscal year 2025 general fund reserve for future improvements. That was discussed in finance last week. On page 403 through 404, you'll be authorizing amendment number 5 to the fiscal year 2025 general fund reserve for future improvements fund budget. I believe that one is on finance today. On page 405, you'll be authorizing amendment number 2 to fiscal year 2025 general fund budget that was discussed in council last week. On page 406, you'll be appointing members to the Zoning Board of Adjustment. On page 407, you'll be appointing members to the Tuscaloosa Public Library Board of Trustees. Anybody have any questions for me, or do I need to wake anybody up?
On page 392, what is that?
It is an agreement we have discussed previously. I believe you've been briefed on it this week. I can get with you between meetings.
Okay.
Any questions further for Scott? Okay. Thank you, sir. Projects 230, finance 315, admin at 4, community development has been canceled, council meeting at 6. See, tomorrow zoning board of adjustments will meet in the council chambers. Then of course Tuesday and Wednesday, 24th, 25th, city hall closed, observance of Christmas, and then December 31st, Wednesday, January 1st, no council committees or city hall will be closed in observance of the New Year's Day. So we'll be away from each other for a while once again. Of course, we'll just have a chance to say it, but hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas, Merry Christmas. And I know Raven's going to be a very, very exciting day tomorrow. Is it tomorrow?
Thursday.
Thursday, I meant.
Yes, very exciting, and I hope you all will come out and be excited with me.
I've got, I officially have a sitter, so I
Okay.
can be there. So I want to make sure.
Yes.
Cassius, I've got one of Cassius' relatives is my mom's new sitter.
Okay,
And I
nice.
feel very great about it too. I
That's
said,
nice.
so, I feel like with my 93-year-old mother, I feel like my kindergarten's gone to school for the first time. Having to leave her mom. But I'm so happy to know that she is in great hands. Yes.
And I want to say, in case I forget tomorrow, because in the excitement, sometimes you forget things. I just want to say sincerely, thank you all for your support, because I couldn't have made it happen by myself. So thank you all.
Absolutely.
Right.
I have to apologize, I can't be there, I gotta go to Birmingham to pick up my son.
Oh, right.
Flying in from.
Yeah.
Well, you can go with us.
What'd you say? Yeah, right. At 4 o'clock on a Thursday, right?
4 o'clock.
I can't be there.
Yes, at 4 o'clock Thursday. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Also,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Also, this week, we will have another great day. I've had the opportunity to support.
Have one at noon every day.
Yeah. Hey,
Great,
man,
I have a great
I
day.
have the opportunity to support the Benjamin Barnes Y Men's Club, which will be the seniors dinner that we've been doing for the last 4 years. And thank all of you for coming. Last year was a record event, and the food was immaculate and great. And looking forward to seeing each of you this Friday at 11:30 starting, and some good soul food. And we thank all of our sponsors that are sponsoring this event.
I will say, I've had Counselor Crowe, Counselor Fail, both have been on my show, and it was just great to be able to come on my show and just talk like we're just sitting around at home. So you guys get with me anytime you want to come on, just let me know, because I sure have that spot available for you to come on my TV show. Just let me know the day.
I didn't really think about it while we were sitting at home.
Well, we were,
It's actually fun.
It is fun.
We had a lot of laughs.
It's just, because it's just like,
I don't know if it was productive. but it was
friends
fun.
talking. Yeah, and it was. I enjoyed both of it. So Raven and Matthew and Cassius Lee and the mayor and anybody in here that wants to
Don't
come
have to go
on.
on there, it's comedy. You need to have a group of us on there, comedy.
That would be. All right. So, is there any other comments? Anyone? Do not forget, by the way, the big night this afternoon for Lisa Keys. We have. I was on the selection committee for her 20 years ago, whatever it seemed like, and then Miss Doral has been selected. She's librarian at Bryant High School. She has been selected to be the new executive director for Sister Cities, and encourage everyone to get a chance to know her. It's going to be a busy year coming up, and she knows it. She's got major shoes to fill with Lisa, who's just done just an incredible job. But there will be a reception tonight for Lisa at 5 o'clock, as usual, down in the main lobby here at City Hall. Okay. Is there a motion that by the way, Sebo, Deputy Chief, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in person in a long time. I guess that's good, though. Because I haven't.
You gotta go regulate.
Good to see you, Kyle.
Great to see you.
He's been working, and one more thing, listen, let me thank all of the staff and the mayor and the council that walked out to the Morel Odom Park with us.
Yeah.
If you go out right now, you can see that the basketball court is up and it is beautiful. So we want to thank all of the people who have been working and making this happen. It's surely coming along.
It's great. It's great to hear. Thank you. Okay, is there